Welcome back. We're not done with the conversation around the PDP. You know, we talked at the national level. Let's go to the sub-national. We're being joined on the program by Taylor Bayomi, the PDP chairman of Ogun State. Mr. Bayomi, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
All right, Mr. Bayomi, at the local level of the PDP, I mean the state chapter now, that's what I mean local level. How is the party internalizing this? You're the leader, or I mean the chairman of the party at the state level. How are you characterizing and internalizing all of the things that are playing out at the NWC and the BOT level of the PDP?
Well, thank you very much. Good morning, Nigerians. First and foremost, it's unfortunate what is happening at a national level, but like I always say, it's a political party. It's not a corporate body where you have organogram of the MD and what have you. This is an association where different interests is put together, and whether you like it or not, the first thing you must have in your mind while choosing your leader is that you must have what it takes to lead people and be able to give leadership on crisis. Well, at the state level, we are resolute to ensure that we are oppositions who are well placed and ready to take the battle upon ourselves and ensure that we are in government in 2027, particularly in Ogun State. However, we cannot say totally that what is happening at the national level does not affect us. Well, as a former member of National Executive Committee of PDP in Abuja, I understand that quite a number of things is happening there. But I know that the leaders and the founders of the party will not rest on their oars to ensure that PDP is positioned to be the main opposition that we are supposed to be. And I think everything humanly possible is being done. All of this with time will fizzle away as far as I'm concerned. I did not share the view of Mr. Olayinka on the fact that this crisis will get into 2027 and it may be difficult for us to have a candidate. I am very, very sure and I'm aware, as one of the state chairman of the 36 and 37 plus Abuja, that with time, all of this will get settled and PDP will back to its position as the main opposition and be ready to take government in 2027.
Well, they say the taste of a pudding is in the eating, so let's just test that. Which of the national secretaries or those laying claims do you interact with, Mr. Anyanwu or Mr. Odeokoye?
Well, I want to pick my tent.
Oh dear. We're going to try to reconnect.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Just let us know when you're ready to respond to that question.
Yeah. I want to pick my tent with the court now in this instance. You see, when a matter is in court, you try not to, comment too much. But as it were today, well, it's unfortunate we're finding ourselves in this position. We're already in court. PDP is the only party that goes to court in and out. I think with time, we'll grow past that and we'll be able to.
When you say you pitch your tent with the court, pardon me, Mr. Taylor, what does that mean? Is it the appeal court?
Yeah, as
that says Mr. Odeokoye
there's a judgment of the appeal court.
So is that for Mr. Odeokoye?
What I'm saying is, as of today, there's a judgment of appeal court that said Mr. Anyanwu has resigned and he has to vacate for Udoye. But I'm aware that a stay of execution has been filed. And once that is a file, like I'm listening to Odim now and others who have spoken about, I'm not a lawyer. But if that is the position, I think we should just wait for the court to decide and then we'll go from there.
There's no national secretary for you. You're not related with any of the national secretaries.
Well, as it were, the state chapter of the party in most cases relates with national organizing secretary. Perhaps after the instruction of the secretary. Whoever the national decide today that the secretary, remain my own secretary in Ogun State.
All right, Mr. Taylor, let's come to Ogun politics for a moment. In your view, by your own assessment, because we're talking about viable and strong opposition here, I know I've had a conversation with the governorship candidate, Mr. Adebutu, a while ago about the governance and some of the politics in the state and all the things that have played out with arrests, now, invitation with police and all of that. How strong of an opposition is the PDP in Ogun State effectively, not by name?
Well, thank you. This new ESCO came into place in September 28, 2024. And we have veterans in this present ESCO. Like I told you earlier on, I'm a member of NEC. I've been council chairman in Ogun State. All my politics over 3 decades ago has been in Ogun State, so I know the terrain. I've been in government, now I'm in the opposition. And I want to tell you that today in Ogun State, PDP is the party to beat. And in the time past, we have a lot of serious issues, but now we are putting our house into order, and the PDP is going united, and we are going to ensure that we remain so, and the opposition is strong. We know the task ahead of us is Akulian, and we are going to measure up because we're together now, and my led ESCO will ensure that we have a sterile opposition that will match the APC, and we ensure that we are party to beat in 2027 because we can't lose this chance. 2027 is our chance, and we're going to take it.
But how well will you do that? First, there is still the challenge. We are not even clear which of the national secretaries you're interacting with. So one, there's that issue at the national level, at your level as well. Former chairman of your party, Mr. Ogundele, and former deputy governorship candidate of your party as well, had gone to court. So even at the state level, there are issues. By the way, I know that a committee, elders have been raised for that particular reconciliation. How far is that going? Because these are the things that will affect your role as opposition or otherwise. In fact, some say that the ruling party has sort of incorporated or co-opted opposition in Ogun State.
Well, thank you. I agree without conceding. You see, like I told you earlier on, political parties is interest-based. Whether you like it or not, you continue to manage yourself at every point in time. And you must have that mechanism in place to ensure that this management of crisis is ongoing. Like I told you, as far as we are concerned in PDP Ogun State, we are talking to ourselves. We are reminding ourselves that we've been in opposition for close to about 13 years, and we don't have a choice. We have to come together to ensure that we have a strong opposition that can take government in 2027. And because of that, all of us are you just mentioned Dr. Skirulai Ogundele now, who was the former chairman, my friend, with whom we are colleagues. As council chairman, he was council chairman for local government. I am from Adodota local government. We have a working relationship. That does not mean he does not have his own interest. But we are talking. We are talking, and the essence of being the state party chairman today is that I must lead the party to victory. And if I have to do that, I realize that I have to reconcile everybody. Yes, the reconciliation committee from the national has been working. We have bring up our own reconciliation committee too, who is talking to people up and down. I did not rest on my oars to continue to engage people and let them know that we have to come together. Like I told you, even twins that were born with the same umbilical cord will have issues. Talk less of people from different backgrounds who will come together to say, we want to do this together. And don't forget, I told you, it's all about interest. Everybody want to protect his own interest. In the course of protecting your interest, of course, there will be crises, there will be differences, but ability to manage that is what is important.
All right, Mr.
And I promise you, we are going to manage the state.
Just a moment. I did talk about effective opposition, and what I mean by that, I remember, and I want you to give an assessment of the Governor Dapo Abiodun's performance since he became governor, especially this second term. And the reason I say that, because there was a time there were lots of complaints about the state of roads in Ogun State, especially I think in the Lagos axis where the roads are really, really bad. And then it was the people had to rise. What is going on now is the fact that because of the failure of opposition, or quote unquote, with the greatest sense of respect, the docility of opposition, the people are now to take the burden of fighting or facing the government directly. That's supposed to be the job of the opposition before the CSO and media comes in. So how effective are you, I ask again, and how would you assess the performance of Dapo Abiodun?
First and foremost, let me remind you that I said this new ESCO came into being on 28 September 2024. And I want to remind you also that I said this crop of ESCOs are veterans in the game, but you have to put your house in order before you move. We started talking to the government to do what is needful to the people of Ogun State. But in the coming time, you will see what we're up to and where we place ourselves as opposition. However,
Mr. Tell,
talking about...
You had September, October, November, December, January. This is almost 6 months. You're still putting your house in order. You're not speaking?
My brother will be speaking. I will be speaking on issues. And the truth of the matter is that a political party, like I said earlier, is not a corporate body. You have a lot of things to put in order so that your voice can go the same way. And that we are doing. And we started talking, and like I told you, in the coming time, you will see we are getting stronger, and we get back to the plane of opposition that we're expected to be.
So will my assumption of saying in the short term that the PDP in Ogun State is ineffective, would that be too much of a brush assessment?
Like I told you, you see, this crisis has gone for so long in Ogun State. This is the first time we are getting it right 90% and above in doing our Congress. And because of that, we are battle ready to take on the incumbent governor of Ogun State and the government of Ogun State under the leadership of Governor Dapo. So it's not too late for us to begin to do what we are going to do. And the people of the state PDPs, this crop of ESCO will do it.
All right, Mr. Abayomi, I'll thank you for your response. But clearly, it appears the PDP in Ogun State is not doing its work. That's the inference we're getting from you're saying. We hope you can get your acts together and do the opposition work. But we wish your party well, both at the state and the national level, because we need opposition party to be effective. Tella Abayomi is the PDP chairman in Ogun State. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the program. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll bring you the next leg of the conversation. That auto crash that left 30 persons dead in Ondo State. Quite a sad one. What exactly happened? We'll hear from the authorities. Join us again.